So, I did some initial testing. So, he's got his original power supply. Well, no, what I did originally is I put my test power supply on the system, and I plugged in just the video card, the motherboard, and that type of stuff into the system. Now, initially, it was having problems or issues booting. So, that was pretty much it was annoying. There's a lot of RBG cabling as well. The RGB cabling in there, and I don't know what was happening, but I unplugged the SATA cable from it, reconnected it. Maybe it was a bit loose, possibly. Now I've got all the fans working now in comparison to what they were before. Hey Google, turn off the smart plug, please. So I did everything I could with it. Basically, what the problem or the issue was happening with the system is it would not boot at all. I'm just double checking to make sure everything's good. So I checked the temperatures on the system. I now booted into Windows, and Windows is working correctly for the most part that I can see. All the fans now are connected to the fan hub on the back of the system, and there's a mechanical hard drive, but he's got the option to do with what he wants. There's two drives in there anyway. There's two NVMe drives in there, which are pretty fast and stable. And I checked those using Crystal Disk Info. They were okay, everything connected. Now initially I thought he had a power supply issue, but it must have been some type of short circuit, I'm guessing, with the RB, like the fan hub at the back. But I reconnected the fan hub, and it works now. The fan hub works, the fans themselves work. There's bit of RGB here, as you can see, just with his RAM, but most of that's controlled by software on board anyway, so maybe he turned some of that off as well. Regardless, the system is working. I've got everything booted. I'm not seeing any issues at the moment. I'm just going to do some Windows updates, and I'll update probably his video drivers and a few other things on the system. But yeah, basically nothing was functioning. Only these 6 fans were working before, but now all of the fans are now working because they're all connected to the hub at the back. If he has problems with the hub in the future, that's fine. He can always swap that out. That's not an issue. So far so good. Temperatures are like 28 degrees, so temperatures are fine. The graphics card is looking okay at this point in time. I'm not seeing any major issues. Just, I don't know. Look, if he comes back with any issues, that's okay. We can swap out the power supply. I initially thought there might have been a problem with the power supply, but then I connected the power supply up to my power supply tester, and it seemed okay. It seemed a little bit, it didn't give off any bad readings, if you know what I mean. Well, all within ATX standards or tolerance for the voltages and the wattages and stuff like that. So yeah, the power supply is probably on the cheaper side by the looks of it, because it doesn't really have a brand name sort of thing. I don't know, I haven't pulled it out fully, but as I said, I reconnected everything, disconnected a SATA cable at the back and reconnected it again, and now, as I said, everything's nicely working together for the most part. I can't see anything that's really not working. The other thing I'm going to do is, as I said, do software updates for him. He's got AVG antivirus on there. I'm going to put what I put on my client's computer is normally a free antivirus. Initially, I thought it might be a power supply replacement, but no, it's not. His power supply is working. I just wanted to make sure before I did anything or tried to order anything or approached him about it, so, because I was initially going to order a new power supply, but no, for the most part, yeah, look, everything's nice. There's a lot of RGB cabling stuff at the back, so I don't know what's connected to what, but, I mean, basically, the main flow of this is I've got all the airflow sorted out for this. It's got, good airflow side of things. It's got bloody fans everywhere and stuff like that, and not just that, I think it's going to generally run cooler as well with those extra fans. And he said that the back fan next to the cooler, you can see there, the one right at the back, that was not connected at all. It was not working at all. No fan, the fan wasn't even running, so those fans weren't even running. I don't know what's, the RGB thing seems to be connected to a Republic of Gamer hub, which I'm not saying it won't work, but it might require a bit of fiddling to get it to work with this motherboard. I don't know. It's a Gigabyte motherboard. He's also got a RTX 3060 in there, which, as I said, seems to be working. Temperature-wise, I haven't checked. Did I check? I think I checked the temperatures on it. I'll double check, but yeah. No, basically, I thought his power supply had gone cactus, but no, it is alive. Not my mistake, but my misreading of the situation. I'm just having a look to see what's going on. I made this. There it is. I'm going to load the bloody thing up. Hold on a second. Okay, so temperature-wise, it's 27 degrees on the sticks of RAM. He's got an i7 8700K in there. It's running at 30 degrees, which is excellent temperatures. It's a 6-core CPU. What else has he got in there? He's got a NVMe drive, a couple of NVMe drives. This one's a SanDisk. The other one's so the other one's a SanDisk. This other one's a different brand. I haven't heard of that one. UYSS DHB. Yeah. Well. Yeah. No, it should be fine. What's 42 degrees? Temperatures on the GPU 33 to 43. Fans haven't kicked up too much on it. That's all right. But if he does run into any problems, I'll get him to bring it back if there's any more major issues. But the internet is connected as well on the system. And he's got all these bits and pieces on there. I'm going to put a free antivirus on there for him, and I'm also going to... I'll put some diagnostic software on there too, just in case there is any future things that need to be done with this computer. So yeah, we got Crystal Disk Info, hardware, hardware monitor, which is good. In between that, now I'm just going to do some Windows updates, probably most likely, to his system. I'm sorry if my camera's a little bit freaking rubbish. Yeah, it's better. Okay, that's a lot better now. It's a little bit grubby, sorry. Okay, what do I want to do? So I want to search updates. I want to do some Windows updates and see if there's any Windows updates required. Ah, yes, there is a few. Okay, so restart. I guess we'll restart. We'll install those. Wait for those. This one's pending restart. So I'll do the Windows updates for him. I'll put on some, what do you call it? I'll put on some NVIDIA drivers. I'll update those to the latest version, because it's a 3060 and it's still relevant. Just waiting for that to do its install, then I'll restart the system. But no, it's good. Things are working well. I don't know, maybe at some point he will need to replace that power supply, because it doesn't look like a very high-end, it's got a black back, so it could be a high-end one. I can't tell from this side because I can't see the label, so I don't know what type of power supply it is. But as I said, initially there was no power. There was power issues. Power was just not. Yeah, power was an issue, and yeah, would not power on. No fans were running for one side of it. No fans, all that stuff. Nothing would light up. It wouldn't even give a diagnostic. Wouldn't even give a freaking diagnostic, and it's got diagnostic LEDs down the bottom here in the corner next to the front I/O. Oh, and the other thing too is the front I/O was not connected correctly, so there was a power switch not connected correctly. It wouldn't power on if because I had to look on the motherboard. I had to really get close to the motherboard and have a good look at it. There was what they put it on the opposite side, which was like a speaker on the front I/O, and yeah, it was a little speaker thing. No, it wasn't plugged in correctly, so it wasn't even plugged into the place to be able to power on the computer. So I fixed that, put that in there. The system now powers up. As I said, we'll see what happens. If he comes back with any issues, I'm happy to bring it back over and have another good look at it. But I don't think he will. As I said, I swapped out some things. Maybe there was a short circuit in the hub, maybe the fan hub that's on the back. That could be causing him issues. I think he has ordered a new one, so if he wants me to do any installation with a new fan hub, I'm happy to do that too. But I've charged him $120 at this point, just because I had to muck around with things. I had to pull everything apart. I also had to grab my testing power supply, make sure everything worked. Yeah, so at the end of it, it's working. I'm just waiting to see. I've got to do these updates first to make sure everything's working. I'm going to leave it an hour or two. What time is it? It's 4:08. I might get him to come over at maybe 4:30, 5 o'clock, and he can pick up the machine then. I just want to double check and make sure that the system is functional and has no major issues. So yeah, for the most part, everything's, pretty functional. I just want to make sure, double check, dot my I's and cross my T's, and yeah. But everything is good, which is the main thing. And then I've got to do a reboot, obviously, because of the updates. And everything else on here, I think, is just games and stuff and things like that. I don't know, maybe run a couple of games. If he does come back with any issues with the games, I don't think he will, but it's, yeah. I think the voltages, let's have a look. So voltages, within parameters, I believe. 10.24. Yeah, looks alright. Temperatures look okay. He's got 32 gigabytes of RAM on here, so yeah. Voltages, yeah, I checked it on my power supply tester, and it's within tolerance. I mean, it's the correct levels it should be. So yeah, and now he's got a full set of functioning fans because there was no fans whatsoever. The RGB side of things I think is a little confusing because of the hub he's using. I'm not sure if there's going to be an extra software required for that or something, or I just don't know. That's yeah. But I mean, if he gets matching stuff and he gets probably better off buying a whole hub with matching fans and other things. Realistically, if he really wants to match things up properly, but all the airflow in the system is now better than it was because he said only 6 of the fans worked and the other fan did not work. So you know it happens, unfortunately. But yeah, just thinking what else is there. I think that's it. So there's that. Temperatures are good. Check, I'm going to Task Manager, just check if the RAM is clocked correctly. I think it is. Performance tab, I get into the RAM. And I think it's clocked at 3600 megahertz. And it's populating all 4 slots. Okay, cool, that's nice, okay. Yep, disk, other things. Graphics cards, nice temp 2. And yeah, okay. I will restart the system once it's completed. I'll just close this. Had this open before. And yeah, don't think anything's gonna, doesn't seem to be falling over. I'm gonna have a look anyway. Power options, other bits and pieces too. I might just put the personalization factor, go to themes. Oh, you mean desktop icons, and I'll put these desktop icons on here. Easier when you're trying to access stuff, especially as a technician, but even as a end user, it's not a bad idea to have these little icons with the control panel and other things around. Just makes life easier if you want to access certain features and other things of that nature. And let's have a look. Just double check large icons. I'll change that to category. Just go over here and make sure. I think the power options are set to pretty much max on this anyway. It's balanced. So yeah, it's not set to never. Okay, good. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. I think we're good. As I said, just updates is the main concern for me at the moment. So 40%, 42%. Let's wait for that to install. Once that's installed, and I don't know about this screen that he's got on there. I think it's connected. I don't know whether it is, but you can probably put stuff on that screen. It's a Thermalright. I've seen some of them. They're actually quite interesting. The little, the displays and stuff and the things that they put on, especially gaming PCs these days. These are interesting little displays, and they're actually pretty awesome. I wanted to do something maybe with my own rig at some point. I've got a new case. I'm wanting to get new components. I'm looking into getting some a 7900X system at this point as an upgrade, but yeah, that's going to be down the line a little bit. We'll see, probably closer to my birthday and Christmas. So yeah, what else we got here? Restart. Okay, so we'll restart this. It's 73% done. That's all right. He's got all his stuff on there. It's running at 1080p at the moment, and I'm assuming he has a 1080p or higher monitor. And yeah, anything else? I'd probably turn his Wi-Fi back on, actually, because his Wi-Fi, I think, was turned off. I did do it. Yes, I turned it off, didn't I? Okay, I'll turn on his Wi-Fi. And yeah, that's alright. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so his Wi-Fi's on. Let's make sure, because I turned it off because I was having... Initially, I think it was because I didn't put the Ethernet cable direct, or didn't plug it in all the way. It just was hanging out a little bit, so that's the reason that it stopped. The internet stopped working on it. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why is this happening? And then I just replugged the cable and it fucking worked. But yeah, okay, so this is 73% done. Yeah, so what else we got here? Yeah, so good so far. I mean, the main problem he had with he took it to somebody and the cables are a mess at the back, admittedly, but they're okay. They've got some Velcro stuff on them, but the problem with the cables at the back is there's a lot of them, and they're RGB related cables, and it's just, yeah, it's a bit of a mess at the back, but at the front it's not too bad. There's a couple of cables here and there, but like, yeah, for the most part, it looks pretty good. So I'll pop all his sides back on eventually. He's got a glass panel or a tempered glass panel on this side, and then he's got a mesh panel on the other side. So yeah, what's that? 73%. Yeah, we'll just wait for that to finish. That's all right. I just thought I'm recording from my own records of what I do and muck around with and fix computers with, but yeah. But it basically came to me and the system was dead. It was just not booting at all. I tried several different times to boot it, but then I also, after trying to boot it, because I didn't actually go too far into it and look inside it, I figured out that the power switch was not actually in the correct position. And I'm like, what? Okay, hold on a second, it's a bit confusing. I looked closer at the motherboard, had a good examination. I'm like, oh, I see what he's done. Or the person who worked on it before, I see what he's done wrong. He's put the power button in the wrong position. But at the same side of it too, I also wasn't getting, like I said, it was just a weird thing, but that's alright, that's fine. Regardless, I did power the system up with my power supply and it worked fine. I'm like, okay, it seems to be working. And then what I did is I disconnected the power supply that's in there and I put it on my power supply tester and it came up as being okay. It came up within ATX and, voltage and tolerances and things like that, so it came up with that stuff and it was, yeah, it said it was fine. I think I only ended up connecting the 24-pin and the, 6-pin connector for the PCI Express, but everything, like the voltages, everything else came up okay. That's the reason I rebooted the system. I plugged everything back in, and I also unplugged the fan hub at the back, and plus, put in the power switch back in the right position because it was not in the correct place. Everything worked. The diagnostic lights on the motherboard are pretty good too. Especially with this particular model or any model on motherboard. Honestly, diagnostic stuff makes it much easier. Well, makes my job much easier. Anyway, I'll leave it there for now. But yeah, this is pretty much straightforward job. But it took me a few hours to work things out. Also, pop the back off, search through like snake nests of cables and stuff just to figure out what was what and why something wasn't working. And as I said, now all these freaking fans are working. So the only thing is the RGB side of it isn't really working, but that's okay. I think it's because he's using a Gamers Republic, Asus Gamers Republic. I think he's using a hub from that, so could be the reason. It may not be matched up very well to the Gigabyte hub. There could be software side of things that need to be done too, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to boot this up. I'm going to restart the system, and then I'm going to probably install some video drivers, and I'll install ZoneAlarm antivirus, free antivirus and firewall for him, and I think he should be happy at the end of it once I'm done and finished with everything, and I'll put the sides back on the system, and we'll get everything going for him. As you see, updates on the way. Please keep your computer on. So yeah, all good. Okay, just thought I'd record this just to... This is just, because I don't always record everything that I do, but sometimes I do. And I do record it sometimes for my own purposes in case people come back at me and say, you did this, this, and this to my computer, when I can just show them what was happening anyway. But yeah, anyway, I'll leave it there for now. Thank you. Bye.